All right. I get ideas and epiphanies from sometimes the things that people comment on, my experiences in my Zoom performance and rehab sessions, or stuff in here, or just things in my life. And this was one thing that I had as a post idea, and I want to speak about it because there's a couple branches that I might get into on it, but I can't ignore it anymore. But the comments, now that I've opened comments, I'm seeing more and more. But we're seeing less and less health coaches and Pilates instructors and yoga practitioners and fitness people and coaches and trauma and life coaches and all these things commenting by telling us first what they do for a living. Because to generate followers, you have to comment on people's shit. And they know this, and so they like to tell us what they do. So that was one of the biggest reasons for me shutting off comments, because they just not a place for it. Go somewhere else, but not on my page. But since opening it up, I'm seeing some really interesting things from people that seem to want to comment. One of them is, yeah, I'm so on board with you about TJ, about moving and the power of movement. Moving helps me feel better. I moved an injured joint and it doesn't hurt anymore. Or I was having some pain and I moved it and it feels better. Movement is medicine. And I sat there and I looked at that, and I've been seeing a lot of those coming out. And I'm like, that's not what I'm talking about. Two, that's a kind of dangerous, slippery slope right there. And let me just explain and go out at this a little more and flesh this out. Movement is an absolute essential to life. For you to be a human, the purest human you can, movement might be one of the first things you got to think of, besides like a belief in something greater than you, some power that connects you to everything else, that operates your cells, everything. But movement is the basis of almost everything we do. From processing an emotion, to breathing, to digestion, to elimination, to seeing, to all senses, every cell. If we went down to the finest, smallest level, you'd see shit moving all over the place. Movement, motion is life. So that's an essential. So it's just here. Part of your contract for being a human and sticking around is you need to be able to move and respect movement and your physical competency, your ability to move to and from, your ability to process emotions through this physical body, your ability to digest through these tissues, this physical body that needs to be resilient, gritty, through movement and motion and strength to be able to do this stuff, process the forces of life. Okay. Is movement an essential? Does it provide for us to sit in a pretty good space to be prepared for our lives, so we don't have the need for the body to get our attention with symptoms? Therefore, we feel good. All right, I'll buy that. We feel good because we get to interact with things at a certain level. Great. I got to interact with a person that I'm courting, or I'm dating, or a loved one, or I got to go and enjoy an event and laugh and express my emotions to the fullest, or I got to go walk to a destination and share this intimate moment with a family member, or sure, feel good because of our capacity to go enjoy that stuff to the level of what our prepared is. Well, then we've got this group, and we're only getting worse, and we know this, and I might go into that, but we've got this group that is experiencing pain in different areas. Whether it's there's always this whole like emotional pain and physical pain. Pain is pain. Like, it's through these senses that you're getting it, through the physical tissues. So healing from a standpoint, you need to move your body greater than any encounter of force. And that does mean spiritually, intellectually, mentally, and emotionally. We need to move to a capacity and intention level greater than that. So what we've got here is a danger where somebody's going, okay, my elbow hurts, I moved it, it feels better, movement is medicine, thank you, TJ. And here's the danger with that. It's like, I could make a killing. I could sell out so many different ways for you people and absolutely rake all of you. You're so ripe for the picking. I could sell freedom, more books, oils, orthotics, lasers, equipment, protocols, supplements, herbs, fucking other light device. I could sell electrical devices. I could absolutely be a gajillionaire and just pull the wool over your eyes even more than everybody has. But I can't because I can't sleep at night. I just can't do that. So here's the thing. I could sell out on the smallest capacity with all my Zooms or people in the office when they come in, and now medicine and health and everything else, somebody walks in, we have to go, what's wrong with you? In order to know what's going on. Purists don't have to do that. For somebody to come in and point, what do you mean? Check them, do an assessment, do what you do. You should be able to see the underlying things, not what they present with, because what they present with is just a healing response anyway. Who cares? I don't care about your damaged joint. I care about why force went to there to create the damage, but I don't care about what's going on in that joint. Therefore, I'll never ask for imaging because imaging is bullshit. All of medical imaging. So person comes in, has a joint. I don't care. You came in to put yourself in a position to heal whatever it is. I don't even want to know it. But I could do this. You point a joint. I give you 3 or 4 badass moves done in a badass way that nobody's doing to this nth degree because I've tested it to the point of injuring myself, hurting or passing out or failing all over the place. I could give you some really radical stuff and you will feel amazing. Easy. I could do that so fucking easy and charge out the ass. You'd be, TJ, you're a genius. You'd go you'd give me your house. You'd give me the keys to your house and your firstborn. Like, you would literally devote everything to me because I could pull this trick and get you to feel better by giving you a selection of things around where you're pointing. But that's not long-term solution. That is short-term relief for long-term fucked up. You are going to be screwed in the long run with that approach. That's what we have today. That's what physical therapy model is. That's what rehab model is. That's what all these passive professionals are doing. Somebody comes in, hey, what's wrong with you? Point. Got it. Protocol. Give it to you. Also do some other passive treatments like adjustments and acupuncture and lasers and taping and MAT and ART and ultrasound and fucking any other touching stuff where you got to touch somebody and get them to feel better. Passive meaning you don't do anything. Setting them back even 3 more active sessions for every passive. Nobody's going to tell you that one. But to get them to feel better, and then you're out. Done. We're geniuses. And then all of a sudden, with that approach, here's the poison with that. If, let's say, the person presents with a shoulder and I give them these amazing moves, right? Holy shit, done in not the moves, it's the manner, it's the how. Because you figured out your why. And we've dove into that. When this starts to be spot treated, spot focused, spot like restructured, what happens to the joints above and below? What are they going to have now? This new demand, because this guy's like locked in and everything's connected. So now all of a sudden there's going to be more of a demand here. There's going to be more of a demand here, more of a demand here, more of a demand. And then all of a sudden that person's like, shit, my elbow, man. God, my neck is not letting up. Man, my back is not. And here we are. And then we go to another thing and they just give them another protocol for the neck and another protocol for the back. And I could just keep going. Boom, 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 boom. Here's the deal. By the time we hit the rest of the body in a year to 10 years, we just give protocol. If I did it that way, I could literally go protocols all over. Eventually we'd hit all of your body that has experienced pain in some way, meaning symptoms telling you that you're not prepared for your environment. You got to change almost everything. By the end of it, you've gotten one of my plans, one of my approaches, my first one and done Zoom plan. There, that's what I'm seeing. But we don't want to do that because it's not like I've seen your future. I've seen where this is headed unless you take a massive shit. But that's the thing now where we have this movement is medicine, take an affected joint, go ahead and move it and feel better. Those words, relief, manage pain, feel better. They're very, very deceptive. I'm not discounting pain. Pain is a fucking beast. Psychologically, mentally, emotionally. It is a monster. It's supposed to be. to get us to stop, be internal, feel what's going on. What out there that I do creates, oh, wow. It's a massive, massive conversation and a lesson between you and you. And it's supposed to be felt to the maximum, not supposed to be relieved, not supposed to be managed. The thing of it is, with this movement as medicine, go to a specific joint, or my back hurts and I walk and it's good again. Does it keep hurting every time you walk? Yeah. Holy shit. Like, that's not good. Something's going to happen. You're just kind of numbing, but through a principle. And that's what we've got now. It happened with like marijuana. Everyone's like, weed's so healthy. I'm going to smoke before I go drive an Uber because Uber is stressful, but weed is natural. What the fuck? Or I'm going to go ahead and smoke because I'm shitting my pants, but weed helps with digestion and I don't know. But, we're taking like all these essentials in life, perverting the hell out of them. That's what's happened with supplements, oils, and herbs, man. Is there a place for some of them? Maybe. More likely, no. Ask Dr. Cassie about that shit. She's going to make a video. But it's literally what we've done to it. We've just dumped all these things to relieve, to take away a symptom, to hide what the body is truly trying to do to get your attention to change everything about your life. So movement is medicine, I totally agree, but you have to think, if pain is happening in an area, force went into tissues not designed to absorb force, there's damage, there's a healing response, that's the pain, inflammation, swelling, telling you that this needs to be reconnected to all of this, all the way down and back out again at a level greater than anything you've ever experienced. And in true brutal honesty, because society, in my observation, has now at a peak low evolutionarily, in order to input to this level of person to climb out of it, each time we dive further, do you know how great this has to be and how greater and greater and greater? And this is where we are. Just for your realization, just for your out there, your responsibility and accountability, damn, I've got a lot of work to do because we are all down here. And if you exist in society today, you're being pulled down because of the masses down here. So let's just be honest, input greater than this here, and the further each day we're going down and down and down. We're not ascending. We're not like more conscious and more awakened. I'm pleading with you. We're not. The people selling these platforms are claiming that we are. They're not. I'm misquoted there. They're not. They're toxic and disgusting, and behind the curtain, you don't even want to know what we know. What we've seen. But the thing of it is, the reality, pain is the last thing that shows up, the first thing that goes away. It's not a good marker to kind of bench against. It's one of those things that when it shows up, assuming it wasn't a fall off of a building like my middle brother when he was like 3, third-story building, not it. Body will tell you with all these micro sensations, all these little conversations, it'll speak to you if you're aware and in tune and you sit with it and you abide by the principles of life. It will tell you. And if you ignore, then all of a sudden it goes pain and big and it gets your attention and it'll lock you down and prevent you from going out there to try to reduce the existence of it by encountering life forces that you're not prepared to handle. It knows this, so it keeps you here. So that's the deal. Pain shows up. Then you start going into an approach that's everything. That literally is cell-wide medicinally. Let's just stick in my world, soft tissue, take the big league stuff, handle it with Dr. Cassie. Getting your body in a position from toes to thumbs to be able to absorb force through motion, toes to thumbs, filling any leaks of any energy that's going anywhere, all of a sudden pain goes away. You're not done because everyone's like, I'm done, finished, great. No, that's when the actual medicine and training applies. That, when the pain's gone, now we hit it harder than before because the body was telling us it's in a state right now. It's in a state. It can be pushed, but it's got to be pushed in a certain way. You still have to tend to it. You got to change a lot of other things. And then all of a sudden symptoms go away. Oh, hell yeah. That's when we take it to a level greater than what it was before. So this never happens again. So we're not managing the next thing. And then our life is about just this pain management ride. That sucks. You're born for greater things than managing your pain or relieving your pain. Movement is medicine? Yeah. Movement to a specific area to feel better? Think about this. A little deeper than that. I'm out.